Now, I usually work with buyers. That's kind of my pocket of business right now. And last year, I lost out on a deal because the other buyer ended up paying $100,000 over asking. And get this, they also paid for the seller's closing costs and moving costs. What's going on, everybody? My name is Danny. I'm an agent with Romeo Echo Real Estate, an agent out here in Santa Clarita, California. I usually sell Santa Clarita or the greater LA area. If you have any questions about real estate, make sure to contact me down below. And do me a favor. Now, if this is useful to you, make sure to hit the like button early. It's going to help me out and expand my ability to talk to other people or reach out to other people within YouTube. So it helps me a lot. Hit the like button now. I do appreciate it. All right, on to the video. And that property was actually out in Temecula, and it's super highly competitive out there. And excuse the inside of my closet shot. I'm actually on the way to an event that we're doing at the office, a quick, Thursday night football thing. So bear with me. I'm rushing out the door as well as filming in the office space. But the question is, how hard is it to buy a home right now? Things have really shifted in the market. Things have really changed. Now it's a situation where I have listing agents reaching out to me as a buyer's agent and asking me to send in an offer quickly because their seller is getting frustrated with being 15 days on the market. It's wild. So the question has been coming up with myself and potential clients is, how hard is it really to buy a home right now? And everyone's situation is just a little bit different because there's different layers that are associated to purchasing a home. You have the pre-approval process, the process of finding a home, and then the escrow process. All things that you have to go through, and each one can be difficult in their own right. The pre-approval process is the one that takes the absolute longest because there's a lot of requirements involved. And some of those requirements include the following: 2 years of stable work history, 2 years of tax returns, 2 years of W-2s or 1099, whatever form you use, at least 2 months of bank statements, a divorce decree, child support paperwork, bankruptcy discharge, DD 214 for veterans, mortgage statements for any other homes you own. There's a lot that goes into it, and that's the hard part. So you have your pre-approval done, all the paperwork is done, your financials are all in order, and now it's time to start looking for a home. Then we go into the problem that we've been having for the last year and a half, is that there's not enough inventory. There's too many buyers out there. There's too many people that meet these requirements, and there's not enough properties that meet the requirements of these buyers. So now it becomes a situation where you have a good property and there's 30 buyers that are looking for the same property. But now there's more inventory. And more inventory means more opportunities for my buyers, and more opportunities for my buyers means I can get them into a home. And it's easier, but don't get me wrong, it's still really competitive. But now I have a chance of getting more buyers into homes because there's more inventory out there. We do still have to shorten time frames, be competitive with pricing, and maybe remove a contingency or two. But the presence of all cash buyers and people who are willing to go over $100,000 over asking price have nearly gone away. And from what I can tell, everyone that had the ability to do that has and have essentially accomplished the mission that they were setting out to do and purchasing a home, which makes things easier. All right, so you have your pre-approval done, you found a property, and we're at the point that we're about to get into escrow. The escrow process is essentially negotiated prior to going into escrow. And during escrow, you're just following directions at that point, following the directions of the contract and following the directions of the escrow company. The buyer has most of the control at this point. The escrow process is essentially designed to allow the buyer to pull out at multiple points throughout the process. And what we've been seeing in the last year and a half is sellers finding buyers that are willing to get rid of those outs, taking out those contingencies. And we're at the point where now we don't have to remove all contingencies. All of that to say that it's getting a lot easier to buy a home.